of incomparable majesty. So Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, we begin in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Lord of incomparable majesty. And we welcome every one of us to this first edition of our Muslim Professional Forum for 2025. Like you all know, Muslim Professional Forum is a quarterly event organized by Ali Mosho Professional. The goal of the event is to enlighten us about current issues to make us better in all our affairs. 2025 has been very challenging. Let me say 2024 was a very challenging year. There are several sayings around, T-Pain, Tinubu economics, issues around all of the things we do as Nigerians and as professionals. I've decided this quarter to discuss a very important part of all of this, which is personal, financial management. And we have brought someone that is very knowledgeable, not only an accountant, a partner that's been working on this particular terrain and have full understanding of this to come and enlighten all of us today about how to focus more on our personal finances. It's an area I'm passionate about. It's an area I'm interested to learn new things, because once we get it right, we will be fine. And why am I saying this? The issue of Nigeria economy has always been difficult and has always been bad. Yes, permit me to say that. I know a lot of people say, no, it has not been this bad. And the simple analogy I give to people is the song, Ìlú le o, kò sówó lóde. Ọkùnrin kígbe, obìnrin kígbe, which means that the economy is so hard that male and female are shouting and screaming. This song was released around 1980s. Okay, so there are several other songs that we have heard to say that Gary that Gary has been very expensive, yam has been so economy has always been bad. But in this hard economy, people are making money. People are getting wealthy. People are getting better financially. People are building houses. I was somewhere today where people are saying cement is about, if I'm not mistaken, over 5,000 naira, and somebody is doing decking. People are making money. People are buying new cars. I see people driving new cars around me. I see people going to Hajj. The last Hajj was over around 10 million naira at the basic. We know brothers and sisters that went to such Hajj. So if Ilu is constantly lay, which means Ilu is constantly hard, how do we manage our personal finances to ensure that we benefit and we still do good in this economy? And that's why we have decided to bring Alhaji Abdulwahab Afalabi, the auditor partner for PDO Professional Services, which we believe will be able to tell us from his wealth of experience on how to achieve our own personal financial goals within the complicated or complex and difficult economy. So, and I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide his tongues to make it communicate the best to us, and also guide our own hearings as well to get the best out of the session. And I want to thank the team in charge of this, starting from Engineer Majolagbe, Malam Abdul Hafiz Adisa, and all of the people behind the scene running this. May Allah reward you abundantly, and we pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this a successful event. We welcome every one of you, and we say thank you. Over to you, Malam Abdul Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullahu khairan. Thank you so much for that concise and brief remark. It's really a very insightful one, and I know everybody is ready and willing to learn a lot of things from our guest speaker of today's webinar. So now it is my honor to introduce our distinguished guest speaker for today's event, Alhaji Abdulwahab Olawale Afolabi. He is an accomplished professional with over 20 years of experience in professional practices. He currently serves as an audit partner at the BDO Professional Services. a role in which he has demonstrated exceptional leadership and expertise in financial and auditing world. Alhaji Afolabi is a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICANN, which is a tantamount which is a testament to his professional excellency and commitment to ethical standard. He holds a second-class upper division honors degree in geography education from the prestigious Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. Throughout his career, he has continuously sought knowledge, attending various local and international training programs in audit and taxation. His area of expertise include international finance and financial reporting standard, that's IFRS, external audit, financial accounting, and financial analysis, making his contribution invaluable across both the private and the public sector. He has been a mentor, a leader, and a guiding light in the field of finance and beyond. He has consistently displayed a commitment to excellence, integrity, and ethical practices that have made him a role model to many people. Ladies and gentlemen in the house, please join me in welcoming Nadia Abdul Wahab Afolabi, to the best of the Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So he will be sharing wealth of experience and wisdom with us today in today's lecture. So I will be handing over the stage to our English guest speaker, Alhaji Abdul Wahab Afolabi. I urge every one of us to kindly pay close attention and take notes as we are about to receive this valuable insights from an expert. Now, Bismillah, sir. Over to you, Alhaji Abdul Wahab Afolabi.
Thank you. I'm the moderator, Hafiz Abiodun. Bismillah mina shaitan, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillah wa kafar. Salatu wa salam ala mursalin. Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Please kindly confirm. Okay. It is my pleasure to be in the midst of my brother this afternoon to look at a very important topic, as earlier mentioned by the coordinator of this professional group. I want to share my screen. Kindly confirm if you can see my screen.
Yeah, yes, sir, we can.
Yeah. So the topic before me this afternoon is personal financial management, survival strategy in austerity. This period we are in this country, right from the time when we have a change in leadership, 2023 to date, it's been very challenging to individual, to household, and to business enterprises. So, as part of our own contribution at the professional group, we look at the issue that the current issue, then how we can offer a kind of a solution for our members. So that is the focus of this presentation. So I have on the next slide, I have the content of this paper. Definition, what do you mean by personal financial management? We look at why is it important? Why personal financial management? And core elements of personal financial management, then best practices for effective financial management, benefit of strong personal financial management, then conclusion. Personal financial management is what we do at the individual level on a daily basis. We estimate uh, our transport fare to our office, to and fro our office, cost of feeding, and other maintenance expenses. But we hardly track these expenses. And this is one of the major areas I want us to focus on. Because when you track expenses, you are able to see area of wastages, you're able to see area of surplus, and you'll be able to make amend. You will be able to analyze the difference between what was planned and the actual amount that was spent. So you have the variance analysis, and that will assist you by the time you analyze it to come up with a better option. We need this more than any other, especially at this time when the economy is so hard, and on a daily basis, the inflation continue to be on the increase. So personal financial management is the process of planning, organizing, and controlling your financial resources effectively to achieve a secure, balanced, and prosperous life. The objective is to achieve secured, balanced, and prosperous life. You want to be secure. Financial security is very important. To live a balanced life is very important, and to be prosperous is also very important. Now, it involves creating financial roadmaps that incorporate budgeting, saving, investing, debt management, and long-term planning. Budget is very important. It incorporates budgeting, saving, investing. When you do a budget, you have a statement of income, you also have your expenses. Then you look at the two. Then you look at savings, you look at the investment, debt management, and long-term planning. Long-term planning in terms of what do you want to do in the later year after retirement, your retirement planning. If we master this skill, it is essential for achieving financial stability, reducing stress, and building wealth over time. If you're able to master financial management, if we work with it, we will be able to achieve financial stability, we'll be able to reduce stress and build wealth over time. Why is personal financial management important? It ensures that you have control over your financial situation. We should be able to control our financial situation without undue influence from external party. If you manage your financial resources very well, you should be able to control your financial situation. Irrespective of sources of that finance, you should be able to control it, provided there's a proper management. Then you can also meet immediate need while you plan for the future. Immediate need like feeding, like transportation, school fees for our children, maintenance of house generally. And we plan for future, retirement, project to be executed in the future, and the like. Then you also build a safety net for unexpected emergency. Yes, part of financial management is to have a safety net for unexpected emergency. There could be loss of job, there could be permanent disability, there could be death. So part of our financial management should also incorporate this. In case there is loss of job, how do I sustain myself for the next 3 to 6 months before I get another job? That should be part of our focus. In case of death, what will happen to my children and wife? So this should form part of our financial planning. Then you also avoid unnecessary debt and manage existing financial obligation. We should only take debt when it is necessary. If you are taking a loan, the loan should be for a specific purpose, and the terms of the loan should be reasonable so that it doesn't impose unnecessary financial burden on you. Then you're also able to achieve your long-term financial independence and security. Financial independence is very important. If you are not financially independent, you you will definitely be under the control of a number of people. So it is important for us to achieve this financial independence and security. So that is These are the reasons why financial management is important. Core elements of personal financial management. What are the core? If you want to design a financial management as an individual, what are the things you should look at? These are the core elements. The first item is income management. This is the foundation of a personal financial management. You need to identify your sources of income. If it is from salary, is it from a business, is it from investment, or other means. So when you know the source of income, the monthly allocation is very easy. You're able to come up with realistic budget and allocate resources effectively. The sources of income is important. For somebody that is in a paid employment, you know that at the end of every month, you'll be paid salaries. So you can work with that. If you have any other sources, fine. For somebody who is self-employed, that you will only wait until the job comes. You also need to look at the frequency of getting job. And when you get job, you should be able to make adequate arrangement until another job comes. So you should be able to study your pattern of job and come up with a realistic budgeting. Then if you have other means, maybe you have investment in shares, investment in stocks that you want to keep the certain time sell off. So these are the various means of income that we need to identify. Then the second point is budgeting and expense tracking. Budgeting is a plan that outlines how you will allocate your income towards expenses, savings, and investments. You have a budget that details your expenses, your savings, and your investment. It ensures that your spending aligns with your financial priorities. You should be able to align your spending with core financial priority, those things that are very important. We should differentiate between needs and wants. It's very important, especially at this time. So when you do budget, you should get input from various budget holder at individual level. If you are the man, the head of the house, you want to prepare a budget for the month, you should get input from various budget holder in the house in terms of the requirement from your spouse and children. So to enable you to prepare a detailed budget. Then when you have determined the expenses, whatever that is there, you can also determine what to save and the amount to be invested. Then the other aspect of it is expense tracking. This one is very important. We do budget a number of times, but we hardly track the expenses. And this area is very important. When you track the expenses, you are able to compare notes. You are able to analyze the variance between the budget and actual. And you ask the question, why? Why do we have adverse variance? You have adverse variance when the amount, the expense is greater than the amount budgeted. That is adverse variance. So you ask question, why did we exceed the budgeted amount in this case? So expense tracking also it also strengthens your power of negotiation. It strengthens your power of negotiation. What do I mean by this? You have a car, you keep the cost of running the car on a regular basis, cost of servicing. You have an idea of the spare part written somewhere. If peradventure you travel out of Lagos and you need to fix something in your car, you already know you have an idea. You have an idea of the prices of a various item. So for us to track the expenses, we can make use of a tool like mobile app. We can use spreadsheet. We can use traditional means. You can have a diary in your office where you record all this. Then at the end of the month or at the end of the week or you can compare what was budgeted and the actual amount spent. . Saving. Saving is also very essential for building secure financial future. Key areas we need to focus on include emergency fund. You should set aside emergency fund for at least 3 to 6 months for unexpected events like medical emergencies or job loss. Then we can also have goal-oriented saving. We can save for specific objectives like buying a car, to build a house, to fund education, take a vacation, to go on Hajj, Umrah, and the like. That's goal-oriented or target saving. The next item is debt management. Debt, when properly managed, can be used as effective financial tool. However, uncontrolled debt can lead to financial strain. We should manage our debt properly. Where it is not managed, it definitely it will impose financial burden. Key strategies include we should explore opportunity in Islamic finance organization. As Muslims, we cannot take loan in conventional banks. So, but we have opportunity to go to Islamic finance institution, maybe to buy asset. You can buy asset and pay over time. Buy asset and pay over time. You look at the terms of the agreement, in terms of what will be the margin. By the time you look at that, before you take that decision, you need to look at, okay, if I want to save to buy a motor car, I will save for the next 2 years. That is hypothetically. But if I want to go through a finance company to buy the same car, I'll get it immediately and pay back in the 2 years. But will the cost be the same? The answer is no. The answer is no. So you need to look at the cost of saving to buy an asset as well as where you can buy and pay over time. Then we should also avoid unnecessary borrowing and maintain a manageable debt to income ratio. Our debt should not be unnecessarily high to our income. In accounting, the technical term for this is gearing. When a company is highly geared, the implication of that is that the debt in that business is so high that the business can be taken over at any time. So we should maintain very reasonable, manageable debt to income ratio. If you have a loan that you service on a monthly basis, the maximum percentage that loan should take from you should not be more than 30% to service that loan on a monthly basis. Otherwise, you may find it difficult to meet other contingencies. Then we should review the loan terms regularly and to seek a better margin and repayment terms. It's also important. At the point of taking loan, we need to review the terms, look at the repayment terms, look at the margin, and compare with other options that we have before we take a decision. Investing for the future is a powerful tool for growing wealth over time. Saving can provide something like safety, but when you invest, it will generate returns that can outpace inflation. If you save money, the highest profit you get if you save money in Islamic financial institution, non-interest financial institution, the highest they give you 10% profit. And if you look at inflation, by the time you save that for a year, inflation can be 20-25% within that year. So in terms of return, the return is close to zero. So, but when you invest your money, investment can generate higher returns that will outweigh inflation in the long run. Step to successful investment include the following. You can diversify your portfolio to reduce risk. We should not concentrate on one portfolio. You can invest in shares and stocks. You can also have placement in banks. You can invest in property. Diversify your portfolio if you have the resources. It is a way of managing risk. So in the event of maybe a problem in a particular sector, if there's a crash in the stock market, you still have other sources that you can fall back on. So diversification of portfolio is very important. Then you should understand your risk tolerance and choosing investment accordingly. Whether you are the type that is averse to risk or not, you should determine your level of risk tolerance. Then you should stay informed about financial market and adjust your strategies as needed. You should read newspapers on the current happenings in the financial market, the latest in the financial market. If you have investment in stocks, investment in other area, unit trust, you should be current with what is going on in the financial market so that you adjust your investment portfolio strategy as needed. The next item is retirement planning. Yes. This ensures that we have financial independence during our later years. So it is very important. In fact, we should start doing that the first day we are appointed. Retirement planning is very important because this day, at the end of the day, by the time you retire, in some organizations, they pay them lump sum that is called gratuity. By a number of organizations, there is nothing like that. You only go to a PFA, pension fund administrator, and on a monthly basis, they will give you stipends. Stipend that will not be enough to take care of your feeding. So we need to look at, how do I plan for my future when you are no longer working? How do you do that? The best way of achieving that is to look at portfolio of investment. It could be property. You can look at having property that you put in place. Maybe the rent from there in the later year, you use that to maintain yourself. You can have investment in share stock, investment in other areas based on your risk appetite. So we should start early so we can leverage on the benefit of long-term return. So we can contribute to such account like pension plan, retirement savings account, or other investment vehicle to secure your future. It's very important. Even for those that are self-employed, you can do voluntary contribution. For those that are self-employed, you are self-employed, you have your own company you run as a professional. So we should look at a time will come that you will not be able to do that business. That you will have to you have to fall back on whatever you have saved, the investment you have set aside during the working years. So we can do voluntary contribution for those of us that are not in paid employment. For those of us that are in paid employment, in addition to the mandatory contribution by the Pension Reform Act, we can also do voluntary contribution to strengthen that our position. The next item is insurance and risk management. We should protect ourselves and our assets by investing in insurance. Coverage like health insurance to manage medical costs. These days, we have a number of HMO, health management organization, where you pay premium. The moment you pay premium, they carry your risk in terms of medical bill. When you go to hospital, they have arrangement with a number of hospitals. When you go to hospital, you will access treatment. The hospital will send the bill to the HMO for clearance. It's a cheaper way of, very cheap compared, because a number of times, if you see the bill, the HMO, they come with large number of people. So they are able to get huge discount from the hospital. They get very huge discount. So in a way, it's a way of saving cost to make sure that you protect yourself in terms of medical issue. Then you can also have life insurance for financial protection of your dependents. You can have life insurance. So you have a number of careful insurance where you can you can look at any product in this Takafu for life insurance and you onboard it, you can be part of it. Then property insurance to safeguard your home or car is also very important. If you have a car, you should do comprehensive insurance, not the third party. Comprehensive insurance ensures that you are fully covered in the event of any peril. The same thing for your home. Then we can also take disability insurance to replace income in case of illness or injury. So that's about insurance and risk management. Then the next item is financial goals and milestones. We should clearly define our goals, short, medium, and long-term financial goal. We can break this down into actionable steps, such as saving a specific amount monthly and reaching an investment target by certain date. For example, we can break into short, medium, and long-term. I can save to buy a land. For instance, the short-term goal will be to save. I want to save, say, 1 million naira, 2 million naira to buy land in my village. So when I buy the land, it becomes the medium-term goal. My long-term goal is to put up a building, maybe that I'll be collecting rent later in life. So we should be able to break down our financial goal into steps, then steps that are actionable. Then the next item is financial literacy and continuous learning. It's an evolving process, and we should stay updated on financial concepts, tools, and trends. It's very crucial. We should read books, we should attend workshops, we should consult with financial advisors to make well-informed decisions. Then the last one is monitoring and review. We should regularly track expenses and income. We should monitor credit report and scores. We should review credit report and score is very important. For some of us have investment with various financiers. So you should look at credit rating. Look at credit rating before you place your fund with any of these financiers, including Islamic financial institutions. Then review investment portfolio. We should adjust our financial plan as needed. So these are the core elements in financial management. Then on this side, I have best practices for effective financial management. This is not cut in stone. We can expand it, but these are the few points I have here. We should automate savings and investments. We can set automatic transfer to savings or investment account to ensure consistent progress. You can give bank standing order that on monthly basis, transfer 20,000 from my account to my Takafu account with a Takafu insurance company. So that is you have. So on that money, you've closed your eyes to that one. You will not. So it will not even come to you because you've given a kind of standing order. So in a way, you're able to discipline yourself, maintain a very reasonable financial planning. Then you should live within your means. Spend less than you earn to avoid financial strain. We should try to live within our means as much as possible. Live within your means. We should spend less than what we earn so that we can have savings. And if you get certain income, maybe if you get an income that is not expected, you should also do something. Do something meaningful about it. Then regular financial review. Periodically assess your financial health and adjust your plan based on changing circumstances. Yes, we should review our financial position. That's financial health at any point in time. How much do I have saving? What is the level of my investment now? What is my debt? The debt I need to service. What are the immediate expenses I have to meet? So that's the review that should be carried out on a regular basis. So from time to time we can change it. You have a building that you've been collecting rent. Maybe you discover that if you now have money, you can make more return by going to capital market. You can sell off the building and use the money to invest in capital market and make huge chunk of money. Then you should also plan for taxes. We should understand tax obligation and leverage deduction credit to minimize liabilities. For instance, if you if you have insurance policy, like a Takafu, it's tax deductible. Any amount that is paid for your insurance company is tax deductible. So you should look at opportunity like that to reduce the amount. They can use that to reduce the amount that is paid as a tax. Then the last point is avoid impulse purchases. We should avoid impulse buying. People are buying, I also want to buy. We should avoid it completely. You should only buy what is needed and not what you want, because wants are many, but we should prioritize. We should differentiate between needs and want to maintain control over our spending. Very important. Benefit of strong personal financial management. If we have strong personal financial management, these are the likely benefits. It will reduce financial stress and improve mental well-being. Yes, it will reduce financial stress and improve mental well-being. Because our financial position, a number of times, is connected with our mental well-being. When you see people sitting down in pensive mood, a number of times connected with a lot of bills that are unpaid, that the man is thinking about how to settle. So if you are under financial stress, the mentally one will not, the mental health is at risk. So that is why it is very important to plan our financial management properly, so that it will assist us to think. We will not be able to think properly when you are under a financial stress. Then it will also enable us to achieve our life goals, such as owning a home, starting a business, or traveling. Yes, if you have strong financial management, if it is well planned, you can plan to have a home. You can save towards it. You can look for mortgage. You can also start a business that will be doing later in life. Or you want to travel, you want to go for Hajj, you want to go for a day with your spouse. So then greater flexibility and preparedness to handle unexpected challenges. Yes. Strong personal financial will enable us to have a greater flexibility. It will also enable us to handle our unexpected challenges, medical emergencies, and the like. Then ability to retire comfortably and enjoy financial independence. When you retire, this period is it's a trying time for a number of people. So it is important that we work towards a peaceful and a restful retirement period. Then it will also improve overall quality of life through stability and security. The quality of life will be okay by the time you have all this in place. In terms, you will live a good quality of life, and in terms of stability and security. Conclusion: the personal financial is not one-time task, but an ongoing process that requires discipline, planning, and adaptability. By taking control of your financial journey, you can create a secure foundation for yourself and your family while working towards the life you envision. Start small, stay consistent, and make informed decisions to achieve lasting financial success. I think we have come to the end of this presentation. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, sir. We say Jazakumullah Khairan to Alhaji Abdul Wahab Afolabi for that enlightening and impactful, precise and concise lecture. We are indeed fortunate to have gained from your wealth of experience. Altogether, we would say Jazakumullah Khairan again, because personally, I've really learned a lot of things coming from elimination of waste from our spending, the budgeting, differentiating between the needs and the wants.
I cannot hear anyone again. Please confirm that you can hear me.
Yeah,
Yes, I can
I
hear
can
you,
hear you, but I
Alhaji.
can't hear the moderator anymore.
So sorry,
Yeah, I
please.
can't hear you.
It seems my mic was muted. I'm very, very sorry. So I say Jazakumullah Khairan. Thank you so much, Alhaji Abdul Wahab Afolabi, for that enlightening and impactful lecture. We are indeed fortunate to have gained from your wealth of experience. And we've learned a lot of things from the lecture actually. And I would just like to share some few points because of our time. Firstly is analyzing of your expenses so that you can eliminate waste. You have to know the difference between your needs and your wants. And very importantly, you should also track your finance so that you can control your budget and control your debt. And we should always know that it's not anything that we should avoid unnecessary borrowing when it's not needed. And we should always not go with the trend. I mean, avoid impulse purchase and other things that I've gained. And I believe that every one of us here to have gained a lot of things from what Alhaji Abdul Wahab Afolabi FCA has said today. So altogether, we say Jazakumullah Khairan, sir. May Almighty Allah reward you abundantly, and thank you so much. So at this point, I would open the floor for question and answer session. So if we have anyone who has a question for our father, please raise your hand, and once you are called on, kindly state your name, then proceed with your question. So let's make it brief because of our time. Any questions, sir? Ma? Do you have any question for our guest speaker, please? Anyone? Okay, I can see some hands up. All right, let me see who is that person. Okay, Mr. Kazim Lawa, please kindly proceed, sir, with your question.
All right, assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much, Alhaji Abdul Wahab Afolabi FC. So my first question is, you had mentioned about planning for the future, and as Muslims, some people will tell us that there are some hadith of our religion that says that we should not plan for tomorrow. We should live as if today is our last day. As a result, we don't need to bother about tomorrow. What would you say about that? That's number one. Secondly, is about consulting our wives. You mentioned that we should consult our wife in planning our budget. So, we've heard so many things about ọkùnrin màwọn obìnrin. So as a result, be careful with your wives. Don't expose too much information to them. What advice would you give us on that? And lastly is, as students, so many of the students today, they'll say that they are dependent. They only collect money for their parents and survive based on what they give them. What advice do you have for them in terms of this personal financial planning? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Alhaji Cousin. Planning for future. Well, there's another hadith that says that it's better we leave our family with wealth rather than to leave them poor. So that we should not we should work as if we are not going to be there tomorrow. We should also look at we should also work as if we be there for a long time. So it's that one is one-sided. Whoever says that there's a deed that we should not look at vision. No, there's another deed that says it is better we lift our children, our dependents. It is better we lift wealth for them than to leave them poor. So that's my response to that. Then in terms of consulting our wife, it's very important that we consult our wife and our children. It's very important. So what may I do? I ask them to go and bring their list, especially my children, when they are home, maybe during long fact, they have at the end of the semester they are around. So I know that they will certainly buy side. So whatever we are planning for that quarter when they are around, we should incorporate their own. So in terms of a consultation is very important. It makes the budget more widely accepted. In terms of the acceptability is there because they are part of it. Everybody, you have seen what is on the table, that this is what we want to spend, this is what is on it. So that consult, the idea of come on, that one is a cake. Me, I've been making consultation. Alhamdulillah, there is no regret from it. Then for students should also be able to plan, because you know what you get on monthly basis from your parent as a allowance. You know what you get. So you should be able to plan in terms of how do I meet up my basic expenses from this stipend, from whatever I get from my parent. In terms of your transport to school, you want to pay certain amount to your dawa class, you want to buy books, and some other thing. So it's very, student should also do financial management. It's very important. So
Yeah.
that's
Thank
my
you so much.
response.
So the other person is Mrs. Maynard Sanusi. Please kindly unmute your mic and ask your question, ma'am.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you for the beautiful lecture and enlightenment, sir. My first question is one, which Islamic institution would be good for Takaful? Although I know Takaful is an insurance company, but is it also an investment something that you can be saving there for future something? Then which concerning investment, when you put your money in maybe like Jai's Bank or so whatever for investments, I will notice that it's usually a long term. You can't save money there maybe for 6 months or 1 year, and then you said you need quick cash, quick loan, and they should give you some part of it. It's usually not possible. Most of the investments we do is usually long time. Even the one in AIC, they'll say it's for future, and you can't have access to that money even if you are broke now, or maybe they didn't pay salary. So what can one do in such case? That is one. Then thirdly, my question is, when you're talking about future investment, especially for retirement, for civil servants, having properties, like you said, sir, is one of them. But in a situation whereby you and your spouse, your husband, you are trying to, like, while we're still in service, let's build house, let's have something we will live when we leave service, or something we can put for rentage, and your spouse is not seeing it that way, he's not taking it serious. As a woman, can you go ahead and save your own money and buy your own land and build, and have something to fall back on when you retire on? All this Yoruba mentality that a woman cannot build house when her husband has not built house. I don't know what advice can give a woman in such cases. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma. For Takaful institution, we have a non-Takaful. We have Jais Takaful. We also have Ila Takafu. Ila Takafu is a subsidiary of your Cornerstone Insurance. All these are this Takafu. I've done business with Ila. I'm also doing business with New Takafu currently. So that is that you can approach a number of these Takafu. You can look at any policy. They will give you the prospectus, which you will study before you onboard any of the policy. So that is one. Then in terms of investing money, maybe placing money with for investment in a Jais Bank or any other Islamic institution, it depends on the terms. You can have short-term placement that you put there for 3 months and you earn profit. You can have 6 months. If there is 1 month, so once you make, that's why I said it is very important you make adequate in terms of adequate research. Okay, I don't want long-term investment. I want 3 months. Even where you have 3 months placement, you can break it in the event of any emergency. The only thing is that you will lose certain of the profit. That's as far as I know in all these financial institutions. So that's for quick cash. So our investment should be planned in a way that we should not put much of our asset on fixed and immovable assets like building. We can have that one for future, but we should also be liquid in terms of having money. It may not be money in bank, but money investment. Investment 3 months, 2 months, 6 months that you can easily liquidate to settle any emergency. So those are the strategy. Then in terms of a future investment, looking at okay, let's have a building which one is not the husband is not seen that way. I'm not aware of any hadith that says a woman cannot own a house. So except the scholars are here, but if the woman can go ahead and say, okay, I want to, but it should be discussed with the husband that, okay, I want to build my house. This is my plan. So there is nothing that says a woman cannot own a property, as far as I know. So
yeah, thank you so
I'm
much,
not
sir.
sure whether I've answered that question. Hello, ma.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. I think you've done justice to the questions. And as we approach the end of this insightful event, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude once again to our esteemed guest speaker, Alhaji Abdulwahab Afolabi FCA, for taking your time to share from your wisdom and expertise with us on personal finance and management, survival and strategies in austerity. We deeply appreciate your contribution to the success of these events. To our audience, your active participation and presence today have made this gathering truly valuable, and I believe we all have gained and learned 1 or 2 things. On behalf of the organizing committee, we thank you for your time and your contributions. Special thanks to our host, the planning committee, and Mr. Kozim Mohammed Awal for the opening remark. We are grateful for your continuous efforts to support the professional and the personal development of the Muslim professionals in Adlimosho. May Allah reward every one of us who made these events possible, and may He guide us all in our professional and spirituality endeavors. Thank you so much for joining today. I will now say the closing prayer to end the program. So the program is just 1 hour, and we don't want to exceed the planned time. Thank you so much. So may Almighty Allah bless everyone of us abundantly. I'm sorry, I see that there's an answer, but we won't be able to take any further question, please. So sorry for that. I would like to call on Mrs. Abiola Ojiye to please kindly give us the Mr. Ade Doye Isaka Moren KG. I'm so sorry, we might not be able to take the question, please. We're so sorry. I can see you are raising up your hand. Okay, I'll just do that right away. So thank you so much to everyone. We pray to Almighty Allah to make all of the things we've learned here today a beneficial one to every one of us. We pray to Allah to make the implementation a very easy one for us and guide us all in all our professions and our field of endeavors. We pray to Almighty Allah to put back in everything we're going to be doing and bless our earning. Allahumma ameen. Jazakumullahu khairan. And thank you all once again. Have a blessed day. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Right, sir.
Thank you.